Hi there, it's Jamie from Pixel Discoveries, and today you and I are going to dive deep into the ruins of Mega Man Legends. 10 years following the release of the platformer, Legends broke free of the 2D world in 1997 and jumped into the third dimension as it rapidly became the new standard. I'll go over some of the more interesting discoveries that dig past constrictive camera angles and find some long-lost characters. So without any further rambling,
here we go!
Our first discovery brings us to the opening scene after Mega Man defeats the first boss. He's found himself on a high cliff with nowhere to run. As he makes a jump for it, Roll comes to the rescue and Mega Man taunts the boss. Let's manipulate the camera slightly. You can see that Mega Man actually falls to his death before spontaneously respawning onto the airship. Now, let's do a side-by-side comparison. Once again, we see the camera trick that makes us believe Mega Man has jumped onto the flutter. It's funny to see that what's being presented on the screen doesn't necessarily reflect what's happening behind the scenes. In the area with the boat shop, a Game Genie code can be activated to allow a hidden frog character to spawn. The code needs to be entered at the precise moment when the screen fades to black in order for it to work. It's not clear why the frog was cut from the final version, but we can assume it was meant to be visible in this area. You can control the frog with the L1 and L2 buttons, do minor rotations, and even play what appears to be a ribbit animation and a friendly wave. We may never know for sure if the frog was intended for this area, but what we do know is that it may have been intended for one of the minigames. Let me explain that a bit further. If we open the texture data, we can see that it's shared with some wooden boxes and grass. The grass texture is also found in the Beast Hunter minigame. Could this be an indication that the frog could have been used here? Let me know in the comments what you think. Hidden areas can be accessed that were never intended to be seen. Take this area for example, which appears to be a cafeteria of some sort, complete with a picnic table full of food and a well-stocked kitchen area. Here we have a 3D map of Cadillac's Island, which allows us to walk all over the world without any collision detection present. This map is used only in the game's final scene, when the flutter takes off and leaves the island. And here we have the Bond's Green Battleship, an area Mega Man was never intended to walk around. But what's interesting is that you can walk on the floor. If you succeed in completing one of the rather comical subquests, where you chase servbots in a tiny red car, you'll find a steel suitcase that's full of cash. You're given a choice as to whether to steal the money or hand it over to the police. If you don't steal the cash, the restaurant will appear. Inside, we see the servbots behind the counter, and the door on the side doesn't open. With a little bit of hacking, we can push our way past the barrier to get behind the counter. Interestingly, these servbots were programmed with text. In a rather Karen move, Mega Man seems to be asking for a manager. The programmers obviously had a sense of humor here, as each of the little robots have their own dialogue. We can reuse this technique at the bank. We can see two non-playable characters in the background near the vault. Let's see what they have to say. So again, we see some humor by the developers here. In the scene with Tron being held hostage by Paprika the dog, Mega Man safely negotiates with him and he walks away without incident. Another regional difference not available in the North American version is the ability to kick the dog in this scene, getting him away quicker. Although you unfortunately can't kick Paprika in the North American version, the English text related to the incident remains buried in the game's code. So now, let's travel back to the Apple Market and see what Paprika's owner may have said.
I had no idea. I've never seen Paprika act up so much. But he's not like that for no reason. You must have done something to him. Admit it.
As you can see, the text was fully translated, but the ability to kick the dog was removed, likely because of its rather violent message. Vending machines are spread throughout Catalog's island to let you quickly refresh your energy when it's getting low. Hidden in one of the graphics files, we can see an earlier red version of the vending machine. We can also see some hidden Japanese text that loosely translates to underground portal. This is really just the tip of the iceberg as far as hidden secrets in Mega Man Legends goes. There's unheard dialogue and tons of hidden developer messages. There's just so much to uncover, so if you'd like to see a second part of this video, please let me know in the comments. In the meantime, check out my other pixel discovery videos. And finally, as always, thank you for watching.